Alright guys, today took kind of a long lunch break and brought my work laptop to the gym for 2 hours and wanted to focus on the slab wall, right? It's the wall that's kind of leaning away from you, so really gotta use your legs a lot on this one, unlike overhang where it's gonna be a little heavier on the upper body. There goes my foot popping on this white one. This is the only one on this wall I haven't climbed completely yet. It was just super awkward with all these like weird angled holds, and they're not very large. Had a bunch of foot pop issues here. I'm trying to kind of figure out the beta at the top part. I'm just like totally confused how to place my hands because these holds are dual texture. So one side has some texture, other side has very little texture at all. There, I'm gonna figure out one way to possibly finish this problem. Here I go, climbing the whole damn thing. Low on that hold, getting the excess shock off so my foot doesn't pop off. Taking my time here, finding my balance. And do a little hop and smear on up the bare wall with my left foot. And boom, finally catch this move. Place my foot on the dual texture kind of between those two holds. There's a tiny bit of texture to use. And here I felt kind of stuck. I wanted to go right hand up, but my left foot was starting to slip, so I went ahead and said fuck it and used my left hand, controlled that barn door swing, and finished that problem finally. Took 3 days of trying, probably at least like, 15 tries total or something, so pretty happy about that one. Now after this, I went ahead and went back to these problems I've done before. During my warm-up, I repeated all the climbs I had climbed before on this wall, and tried to also down climb them using the same holds, but I fell on this one, so I wanted to go ahead and try this again now that I was like totally warmed up, ready to go. Went up it pretty easy. I honestly didn't really have a plan of how to get back down, kind of just winged it. And here's the difficult part. So I had to do a little hop to reach this hold from the feet below. And I couldn't figure out what I should do. I tried kind of stretching out. I was like, maybe if I just put my hand on this bare wall over here and do something, but that didn't work out. So I was like, shit, starting to panic. Figured, okay, I can reach this start hold with my left hand, but I can't reach this foot, and it's not like I can just drop down to these feet because they're pretty bad, slopey feet. I'll just kind of slip off. Then I realized I could possibly just slap this volume, and here I am. Boom! Getting it. Went all the way down to the start holds. There it is. Pretty happy with that. Starting to do these kind of climbing drills more often, kind of work on my technique and stuff. Here I am trying this yellow one I couldn't down climb earlier, and boom, a foot pop. When it's hot and humid outside, this tends to happen, especially on slopey feet. Also, I'm just not that great at slab climbing, to be honest. Here I begin. Not really sure what the intended beta for this problem is, but I kind of just rely on my flexibility to get a high foot up there. Then I switch. I'm actually in this pretty good hold. It's kind of like a giant pink sheep slopery thing. Kind of walk up the wall real quick, get that foot, and then grab this one. I wasn't really sure to finish. I was like, what do I do, toe hook something? But that wasn't working, so I kind of just core it in and touched it real quick, then came back. Now this was pretty difficult. My plan was to kind of just reverse everything I had done, but I was really unsure because my feet were slipping, so I was not very confident. I was like, you know what, let me just try to core it in as tight as I can. Really overgrip these holds and do my best with the smearing and everything. And by the grace of God, I'm gonna get down to this other volume with my left foot. And this tricky, slopey hold here I was pretty afraid of slipping on, but I just cored in real tight, and boom, managed to touch both start holds again, so I was pretty happy with that one as well. I had one more that I fell on before. Did not manage to down climb this. It's pretty hard. I think it's supposed to be like a V5 or something. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to judge slab climbs. Maybe it's a 4, I'm not really sure, but it's pretty tough either way. Actually filmed that first move and realized I had to kind of swing a little more to grab the hold I wanted. Got it on the second try. From here, the feet I'm on are pretty slopey and shitty, so I decided to kind of switch feet and get my foot on that better start hold and smear up the wall. From here, just locked off, grabbed these crimps. These are actually pretty shitty. The friction on these aren't great, but the feet over here, the volumes are on, so there's a whole lot of surface area for my right foot to use my legs on, so that's pretty good. From here, I decided to switch to the crimp for a foot, so not to stretch myself out so much. Made it to the top, then just tried to reverse everything I'd done. Smeared down to that shitty foothold. Thank God my finger's pretty strong, otherwise I'd probably slip here. Decided to put my foot on that little hold instead of the volumes and not so scrunched up. Managed to go down to the other shitty foothold and then switch. And from here, this is the kind of the hardest part. I decided to go ahead and use the sloper again like I did for the purple one. And that wasn't so bad. Went down to the last foothold and then realized I should probably switch feet again. Got that pretty well and locked off my right and touched the start hold, so I was really happy with that one. Probably the hardest down club I've done so far. Anyway guys, that was freaking Wednesday's session, which is today. Friday I'll be climbing again, focusing on overhang and the pause drill to get that lock off strength and body tension fine-tuned. I'm not sure if I'll film that or not, but I'll try to. If there's a lot of people in the gym, I'm not going to bother. I feel kind of douchey when I try to, film when there's like a dozen people around or something. But if I'm alone, if there's 2 or 3, I'll probably film that. But either way, we'll film more eventually. You know what I mean? I'm always freaking posting crap on YouTube. Y'all have a good one. Take care. Peace out.